Ba ba da ba ba ba. Boo boo doo 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 doo. Ba ba da bum bum ba ba. Ba ba dum bum 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 bum. Ba da 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 doo 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 doo. Bum 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 bum. Oh, hi, Tex. How are you doing? Ba bum. Ba ba dum bum bum ba ba. Boo boo doo boo 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 boo. Just typing some stuff up, y'all. How is your Wednesday, Thursday going, my friend? What was a good one? Boo boo doo boo 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 boo. Boo boo doo boo boo boo. Oh, why? Good dude. Excellent. Fair to qualify. Doing all right. Doing okay. Doing my thing, right? Let's see. Just trying to get all this stuff lined up so we can start a little bit of the pole position. Game I played at the arcade many times. And with no regret. All right, Atari 2600 Nerd gave us a follow yesterday. Excellent. We're still reeling off of that amazing Monday night stream where we'd had a good old fashioned hype train. Yeah. Hype train, baby. It's a hype train. Or YouTube. Oh, nope. I do better than that. Oh, really, Brian? Come on, Brian. Really, bud? Really, Brian? That's fine. YouTube. Hard to type like this, sitting at an angle. Because this stupid steering wheel. But that's okay. It's not too stupid. For YouTube. Nope. I wrote this nice little thing, but I think I will just write that instead. Just gonna repost it as it was. I'm tired of doing this. But I did get my steering wheel hooked up. Live. Time to prepare to qualify. You know, finally happened on the X platform. Used to be Twitter. I am finally under 10,000 subscribers over there. It's been a slow bleed from around 14 or 15,000 that I had about 2 years ago. And I really haven't changed anything about how I process any of that stuff, but I guess the people there are not the same people who were before. So there you go. However, on Threads, having a good increase, as well as YouTube and other places. Seems like everybody else is thriving. Just not the Twitter, or whatever you want to call it now. Whatever they're calling it now. But that's okay. Social media comes and goes. One point in time, my favorite place to be was on MySpace. And we all know how that ended. It ended poorly. Did Justin Bieber own it at one point in time, or was he like in league with somebody? I can't remember. It seemed like it was some kind of something that had to do with, for some reason I was thinking, or maybe it was Justin Timberlake. Was it Justin Timberlake? Maybe it was Justin Timberlake. One of the Justins was doing something with MySpace. Or maybe I'm just thinking of the Justin guy. Was his name Justin? You thought it was Timberlake? It might have been Timberlake. It's like he was doing something. Did he like invest or something? I can't remember. It was something weird like that. Oh, yes, is it though? That Colcash says that steering wheel setup is perfect for another go at Ivan Ironman Stewart Super Off-Road. Wheel spin was vital to that game. That's the truth. That is the truth. Yes, last time we played this, you're right. I think that was the last time we pulled this up, was when we did the Super Off-Road with Ivan Ironman Stewart. This time we're going to be playing with Pole Position. What do you think about that? Thank you for the follow, Gabity. How are you doing today? How is your Wednesday, Thursday? Mantlebeard is here. Oh, hi. How's it going? About to get on the race here. About to get into the race, as it were. What do you think? We should do some racing? I think we should. Now, a couple of things I didn't get to is I was not able to get a working gear shift, because you got high, low. There's no buttons on this either, because this is literally just a hard plastic steering wheel. And it's hooked up to a spinner. And if you guys are interested in knowing what spinner I have, I can point you that direction. We'll look at it later on as we get into this a little bit. Oh, hi, Fastidious. How's it going? Everybody's having a good one. I'm looking forward to doing this. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of adjustment. I'm going to do a little housekeeping here with, but we're going to go ahead and do an ad break. If you're already subscribed, so I'm not sure how the ad breaks work on YouTube, but Twitch has ad breaks that we can set so that we can go for 45 minutes with no ads. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our medicine now while I do some setup and try to get the volume to a reasonable level, because I think I need to redo that. So we'll kind of break into that. So enjoy your ad for just a minute. Let me see. Can I go ahead and run the ad now? Or is that not an option? Ad's already in progress. It's been running. So never mind. Fastidia said you should drink from your tiny coffee cup with that tiny steering wheel. I have a average size coffee cup, right? Just a average size coffee cup. I do have a small coffee cup, but this is not it. Today we have the full size coffee cup. And as you can tell by how I have some pretty large hands. So certainly this is a smaller steering wheel, but it's perfect for my desk, and it allows me to basically do what I would do with the arcade. This is a free spinning steering wheel. Let's take a little closer look at it here, by the way, while we wait for everybody to get through with the ad, which will be done just in a few seconds. But this steering wheel is a free, there's no resistance. So that's the whole point. It is a spinner, right? So usually would have a little spinner knob, which would look like this. And there's lots of arcade games that you could use a spinner with. But you can also attach a steering wheel. It's a very heavy plastic, and it just spins around with little to no resistance. Let me see. I might need to adjust it a little bit, because I think it's coming off a little bit. But I've 3D printed this little mount for my desk, specifically for my desk, and it just spins around. This is kind of how you would play these games anyway at the arcade. A bigger steering wheel, probably closer to the full size steering wheel you're used to in a car. But this gets it done, right? All right. Oh, with Tanky Pop, what is up? Needs one of those clip-on cups for fries and ketchup. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mantlebeard says, doing okay. Trying to determine what's a good approach if I want to be able to, okay, the classic. Okay, so you want to do the Joust game. Not sure if the Amber Nick is good for that. So Joust, let me think. So Joust, how would I best play Joust? When we were at the arcade, you essentially had, wasn't Joust a two-way joystick with a button, or is it just all, oh, I'm trying to remember what the layout was now. So Fastidious, does pole position have a shifter? It does. It has a high-low shifter. Now, high-low shifter, high planes drifter. So what we're going to do here is I have my PS5 controller, which I'm holding in one hand. These games, the pole position games, they had the standing one had an accelerator. The sitting one had an accelerator and a brake. They both had a shift gear, which was just an up or a down. It was high or low. So there's only 2 gears, but it gives you that little feeling, right? All right. So let me see if let's just take a quick look. I'm probably going to do some adjusting to the audio. But first you got to prepare to qualify. All right. So I believe, okay, so I have not programmed this one yet. So acceleration is on my right trigger. And then my shift is my square button. I'm going to kind of put that out of the way for just a second. And then I'm going to kind of drive here just a little bit. All right. Get to about 130 miles per hour. I'm going to turn. I'm going to turn. Oh, I'm already up on some cars. All right. I'm going to spin back around. And this is actually a much better experience than trying to do it with the analog stick. Oh, it doesn't take much. You just bump right into that guy and you will explode like that. Only little, it's like free jack. It doesn't take very much contact to make that bad. This is the US version, which would have been distributed by Atari, originally designed by Namco. We know this is the USA version because you just pass by that USA sign. Plus, we don't see any Marlboro or other substances that were not really allowed in what is considered a children's game, right, at the arcade. So game over. You got to prepare to qualify. I did not qualify. Cold Cash confirms with Joust. Yes, left, right joystick and one button for Joust, which is you're always fighting gravity in Joust, right? Yeah, that's right. So hi Taz. Yes, this is a old style spinner knob attached steering wheel. So this is a really good way to play this at home. Now if you are playing this on one of the systems, one of the ports for a system, then of course they've taken into consideration how to adjust for that. But if you're playing like I am here using MAME emulation, if you're using like an analog stick, you really have to, I'll show you here. So actually tuned it down a lot. So this is really turned down a lot. But even then, it's very hard to control because you're not talking about much space, right? You're just talking about a very limited range. And so it can turn a good bit. And so the steering wheel at the arcade worked kind of like this. Okay, if you remember the arcade or not, but you really did just spin it around. And of course, they could have adjusted it for finer sensitivity or less sensitivity. I'm staying in low right now. Also, something I just learned the other day is there is some drive assist. So I'm not doing anything here. And I confirmed this in the different ROMs. I thought maybe this was just an Atari thing that they did. But I looked at the original Japanese ROM as well. And there is some steering assist. And that is kind of works out for you when you're in low speed. But when you increase that speed, it does it does require you to make some adjustments. So here you go. You type in your letters. You spin the wheel to get to the different letters. And then you would press the gas button or the gas pedal. And you would lock it in. In pole position 2, which was essentially pole position 1, had the same hardware for the most part, and which was two 16-bit processors, by the way. First 16-bit game that I know of in the arcade. But it was just mostly a ROM upgrade, and it added 3 new tracks, which you could select using the steering wheel. You would spin the steering wheel around and go through the tracks, and we can actually do that right now. Let's hop into pole position 2 real quick. Anybody got any pole position stories they want to share at the arcade? Did you play it at the arcade? Did you play it at the skating rink? Did you play it at, or ring, as we call it around here lots of times, a skating ring? Circuit, I suppose, but so is a rink, right? Rink. Also, you would find them in the gas stations occasionally. Mostly pinballs typically there, or Pac-Man, Namco. That was another Namco game. I don't remember seeing a pole position in a gas station. But mostly arcade, skating ring. And where else might we have arcade games in my small town when I was growing up? I think that's pretty much it. Seedy gas stations and your arcades and your skating ring. Oh, I did forget about that. I forgot. You're right. Pizza Hut did have a select few. They were mostly the cocktail style, though. I don't remember what they were. Was it Pac-Man possibly at ours? I think I had some few arcade machines also at our Pizza Inn. Fastidia says, I played it at a new pizza place near my house. Then the owner fell off the roof and died. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, that story took a turn. Let me finish reading that. Fastidia says, I played it at a at a new pizza place near my house. Then the owner fell off the roof and died and the business closed. How's that for a story? That is crazy. What happened to the arcade machines? Too soon? Puppy Kitten Trout says, definitely the arcades. Mantlebeard says, definitely would have played this at arcade at Ocean City and Rehoboth. Is it Rehoboth Beach? So Myrtle Beach had a huge arcade, multiple rooms, and there was plenty of several pole position games to get in, including the sit-down version, which I enjoyed quite a bit. Bowling Alley, you know what? I'm trying to think. I think our arcade did have, our bowling alley did have a few arcade machines, as well as later on, our movie theater started having a few, and most of those were like the shooting games. I don't think they ever had pole position at the time, but our arcade was right next to the movie theater. So I remember it being all over the Jersey Shore, if it says Fastidious. Yeah, this was a huge game for 82, 83. It dominated. It really did. It really helped pick up a sagging arcade market in the U.S. So that was for not that, we might have been in even bigger trouble. My Pizza Hut had a Galaga sit-down machine. Yeah, I think might have been Galaga's. I was trying to remember what it was, and it seemed like it was some kind of shooter, and it might have been a Galaga. Aiken Pierce, how's it going? Ahoy hoy. There's Monkey Bananas. So it looks pretty good considering the year, says Fastidious. Yeah, true story. All right, so let's look at pole position 2. So I've got several versions here of pole position. I loaded up. I was curious if the world version was more close akin to the Japanese version or if it was more akin to the Atari version. I wasn't quite sure. So this Atari version, I don't know what else would have been on, but the ROM that I have, it says pole position Atari version 1 on the Namco PCB. So I am curious about that because I know that the Namco board they used was basically a pole position board. It was not used for anything else after that, unlike a lot of other boards that might go on to do different things. This one pretty much was this pole position and pole position 2. So I am curious what the difference was, if there was some kind of Atari hack or something that you could do to do it outside that. But let's look at pole position 2. It's looked kind of rushed for the types of advertisements they replaced in the pole position. Probably is just a rush order. It's like, what are we going to put in here? Let's put Namco signs up. Let's put Atari signs up. Let's put in, some Dig Dug signs. But on the second one, they were able to get some licensing like they did for the first one in Japan. This time, as you can tell right here at the screenshot, I'm looking at a Pepsi. Last week, we talked about a particular product on the pre-show, the Play Retro Show. And I think there's a sign for that particular beverage around one of these turns. Aiken Pierce, I'm doing remote teaching today due to the snowmageddon in the south today. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. All right. As you can tell, we're still kind of, looks very similar to the first one. They didn't do much for the graphics here. They didn't change much here. Look at that Tang. Do you see the Tang sign? Yeah. So look at this. 7-Eleven, Atari. There's the sign that says to turn. Very important. You know, when you're doing your F1 racing, you may want to stop at 7-Eleven, but you also may want to turn. Tang. I believe that was some Dentyne, an old red and white Dentyne chewing gum advertisement. I haven't seen one like that in a long time. All right. So we've got, here's our turn steering wheel to choose your course. So you can tell, you've kind of tweaked it pretty good on your settings if you're slowly able to turn your steering wheel and you're able to go through all the different ones. If you're doing this and you're emulating it, and that is jumping around really fast, and you're going to have to get in there and look at some of your settings. Now, we're doing this in MAME, and hopefully, if you're doing this in MAME, you can look through some of these things right here. So part of this is going to be a lesson in what to do and not to do when you're trying to emulate pole position. All right. One of the things we need to probably do, and we'll probably do it here very shortly, is we need to hit these slider controls. And so we adjusted the other day, but I can't remember which one was which. But essentially, I meant to look back on the video from the other day. We can essentially lower certain volume points, right? So it's got like 5 channels, I think, maybe 6 channels, because it has 6 channels, and different samples and things are on these different channels. So we got to look at that here in a minute. Let's see. All right, so I think I programmed this one so that I could use it already with my left hand, and then I can also cycle through here. All right. You can tell we ran right into the Tang. Tang to Tang to Tang, diggy diggy ding. All right. So all right, so we totally failed that. Facia says, I was just reading about it. The original Atari version had the road signs in it. But then Namco was sued by Marlboro, and they had to remove all the signs. Interesting. See, I thought they had secured licensing for that stuff. So interesting. Oh, by the way, I am using the PS5 remote like I told you. Now, the way the spinner works with MAME is actually coming in through the mouse. And if you have a PS5, it can also use your touchpad here, which kind of works like a mouse, right? So you could actually, I guess, in theory, drive with this thing. I don't know how good that'll be, though, because the sensitivity is, woo! Oh, right into the Tang. Right into the Tang. But you can do that. So basically steer with the mouse. Oh, he was waiting on me. It's kind of freaked me out. All right, so let's get in low gear, high gear. I don't know why that guy was waiting on me, but hey, what's up? Oh, watch out, Dentyne. Oh boy, I about got 7-Eleven. Woo! My Atari's over there. Uh-oh. Kind of sitting kind of crooked. And so my steering wheel started pulling out a little bit there. That's fine. Oh. Right, Loud Thumbs. What's going on, Loud Thumbs? How's the emulation going? 10 Lobster, what's up? Happy hump day to you. Yeah, crazy, Fastidious. They gave away free ads. Interesting. Fastidious says Philip Morris didn't like that it made it look like they were marketing to kids. And so I'm curious about that. In Japan, you wouldn't think it'd be a big deal, a little different attitude over there, right? But definitely not in the US, because we had like a lot of rules. I think we'd already at this point in time, like 82, 83, haven't they like pulled like cigarette ads from magazines? You couldn't advertise in even in magazines. I definitely couldn't do it on TV, I don't think. Hmm. Yeah, marketing sticks to kids. Yeah, not good, not good. Even though we did have all the way into my high school year, we had a smoking area for your high school children. Hmm. Very good, Loud Thumb. Loud Thumb's ordered I'm assuming the PS2 8-bit Do controller. If that's the one you're still talking about, allows you to hook up controllers. I believe through is it 2.4 gigahertz? Is it Bluetooth? It's been a minute since I've used mine, but when I did use it, it was very low in latency, and I liked it a lot. So I'm assuming it was the 2.4 gigahertz, mega, whatever it is. All right. So, as you can tell, we got some different tracks this time. So instead of just playing Fuji, you can also go over here and you can play the test track, which is supposed to be, I believe, ooh, a big old racetrack, right? Big old oval of sorts, almost oval, not quite oval. What do you call that? Oblong? No, not oblong. It's a test track. Let's test it out. Drop some coins in there. Get out of the high gear. Let's hit the gas pedal. And let's prepare to qualify. Uh-oh. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm not doing good. I think I'm gonna have to steer with my left hand. I think I'm steering better with my left hand. I think that setup is actually working against me. I thought it would be better because I could, steer with my right hand, but I think I'm gonna have to do it the other way around. I don't think I like it that way. Hope of a good range, yes. Remember when restaurants had non-smoking areas, but there was no physical division? Yeah, I know. It's like, here, walk around into the non-smoking area, which is butt up to the smoking area, only partitioned off by a large booth. I used to love that. That was always great. That was always the best. Any idea how far you got out of that adapter? So like how far away? Like most of my systems are like maybe or less than 6 feet typically when I'm using them. I think maybe from the couch, maybe 8 foot, maybe. That's typically about as far as I get away from my systems typically. I don't know how big your living room is, but hey, why not? Remember when there were coin-operated cigarette vending machines? Absolutely, Puppy Kitten Trout. And they were weird vending machines, too. So you'd put your money in, then you had to pull a little knob thing, little plick. Very, very tactile experience, right? How those cigarettes always didn't, I don't know how they didn't get smushed. I don't understand how that works. All right, let's take a look here. Let's, looks like our input settings here. We're going to adjust our analog inputs. Right, nope, that's the wrong one. But you can tell I put my sensitivities. So if you look here, everything is default, I believe, except for the dial increment and the dial sensitivity, which uses the mouse. You can also reverse these as well. So actually, you can reverse the pedal. So if you did not want to hold down the gas, you could actually reverse pedal 1, and it will automatically be on unless you push it. So kind of almost a cheat for a brake, right? So it just kind of goes constantly. And that's actually, I believe, how the Atari 2600 works anyway. I don't think, because it's only got, a 4-way stick and a button. So instead of making you constantly push forward, I think it just accelerates. And I think if you hit the button, it brakes. I think that's how that works, if I remember correctly. Wrong one. Toggle inputs. Nope, that's not it. Oh. This system. There we go. All right. So I was using the analog on my left. I'm going to use my analog on my right. And then I'm going to, what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh, yeah, I need to change my gear there. So that would be Dial pedal gear change. Here it is up at the top. I think I will turn that into like the other one, the square button, and that away. And this saves automatically. This, like I said, is MAME. There is lib main as well for retro art, but you know, we're not doing that. I'm talking a lot tonight. I apologize. It's got so much. I've taken in so much stuff this week, like information. And like I've been putting points together. You know what's even worse? I made a mistake last night. Decided that I wanted to do digital pinball, so I went down that rabbit hole because there is there is a MAME port. So I believe how it works is there is a pinball version of Pole Position, which I've never played, never seen one in real life. I've watched some video, but I did find a MAME version of it. And so I went down a rabbit hole of virtual pinball. And my God. Oh man, let me tell you something about have any of you guys done it? The virtual pinball stuff? I mean, it is outrageous with the different boards and the screens you can set up. It is just crazy. I had to watch a video just on the just the concept, the high level concept of it, to even think about it. Stadia says, we come to listen to you blabber, so we don't have to listen to the voices in our heads blather, right? Monkey says, I've done it, but Tonda is my go-to dude if I ever do. Right. I've not done it. I'm sorry. Right. I've got like what, Pinball FX or whatever it is on Steam. So I like that all pre-rolled stuff, right? It's great. It's great. I love it. It's all pre-rolled. It's simple. You launch it. You pick your buttons or whatever. You blah, 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 blah. And you go. But there's a whole world of assembling your own pinball machines, including, you can replace the actual table itself with a screen, like just a regular old LCD screen or whatever, OLED, whatever. And you can do all the virtual pinball in full size on it. And you also can play arcade games on it, especially the vertical ones like Pac-Man or something, because you're already kind of working vertical. And there's all kinds. You can actually do backboards and stuff with like screen displays, and so there's all this screen split display stuff. It is crazy. It's insane. Steam is great, right, Monkey? I mean, sorry, Tex. Yes, right, Tex. There's a big sale on the pinball game stuff on Steam recently. I picked up a few things, but man, I'm telling you, it is rough. What's your golden retro? Tim Lobster, sorry I missed this earlier. What's your golden retro console, game, or accessory you would love to have above all the rest, but don't have yet? Oh, that's a great question, Tim Lobster. So, previously it was the Sega Saturn. I never had one, and I always wanted one, and I finally acquired one. I think currently I really want. There's a couple of systems that I want. I want to get I have a Game Gear, but it's non-functional. I want to get that to working. And I do not have a TurboGrafx 16, aka the PC Engine. Don't have that. That's probably the one I'm most prone to look for when I'm looking. I'll probably get one of those. I also like to finish out my Sega Genesis with the 30. I got the 32X. I don't know if you're here or not, but I have a 32X non-functional, working on it. But I need a Sega CD. So those are the things I'm looking at right now. Getting the Sega CD to finish out my collection on the Sega Genesis, and the TurboGrafx, which I never owned. So that's kind of the things I'm looking forward to. That's the kind of things I've been watching for. I actually know there's a retro store up the way that has the TurboGrafx 16 and the Sega CD, and I just haven't went up there. I just haven't done it. I just haven't done it. Drop some more coins in here, baby. All right. Did we race the test track? Is that what we just raced? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think we were. I think it was racing the test track. All right, here we go. Here we go. How's the audio? Like, is the game...
Prepare to qualify.
Prepare to qualify. Too quiet or too loud? Oh, no. Oh. Did I reverse it? Oh, no. Did I reverse it or did I not? Okay, that's not good. All right, but that's interesting. Did I assign it incorrectly? Let me take a look at this. Let me get in back here and take a look at this. I think I may have done that backwards. Remember how I told you we could reverse the acceleration, but I don't think we did. Did I goob that up? Okay, now I've totally gotten lost. Okay, here we go. By the way, pole position is probably one of the hardest games that I've had on the Play Retro show for emulating. It has been really tough because only MAME. I've only found ROMs for MAME, and I don't typically use MAME because there's a lot of setup. I typically use FB Nero, FB Neo, Final Burn Neo, not Nero, Neo. And so that's where I'm comfortable at, but there's not a version. And there's not a version on Mister because it turns out that the pole position PCB was just, used in a few machines, and nobody's going to go make all the effort of decoding all that stuff just for one game when they've already got it on MAME. Casey Turbos, what's up? Working and lurking. Hope everyone is having a great, happy Wednesday. I'm having a good Wednesday. Thank you. Tech says, too bad Steam doesn't have more arcade games. Agreed. Mano Beer can confirm audio sounds just right to me. All right, good. Back to our input settings. Let's do this. Boy, my voice is it's having a tough time here. Okay, so that seemed to work. Oh, I see. So if you look, it says that my pedal is Joy 1 A6 negative. So it read it on the pullback and instead of the pull. All right, so let's see if it... No, it's going to read it that way, but maybe because we've assigned it here, because the plus is already here. Let's see. Button 8, Joy 1 A. So that's my pedal. Oh, that's because that's my pedal 2, you big dummy. I'm over. Pedal 1 is your left one, you big galoot. All right, let me try this again. All right. No, wait. Pedal 1 is the gas. No, now I'm confused. All right, right. Okay. Let me see here. All right, let's check it. Let's take a look. I think we got it. Okay. So the analog 2 should be the brake. So let's assign it this. Joy 1, button 7. Joy. Okay. See, it's got it here too, though. That's A3. Okay, so now that I've got both of those on the A3, let's see if it'll let us. I think maybe it does plus first. Okay, so it's just going to take either way. All right. Okay, good. All right, I think that should do it. Find out. Oh yeah. H2. Yeah. The H2 overdrive. What is a game that I would like to see? Okay, very good. I think I got it. Let's find out here. Let's see. No, you prepare to qualify. All right, yeah, that sounds better. Watch out, Tang. We had a great conversation in our pre-show this past week on the Play Retro show. That one's typically reserved for our patrons or those who show up early for the YouTube. And we talked all about Tang and if Tang ever had a mascot. Of course, Kool-Aid and everybody had all these great mascots. But did Tang ever have a mascot besides the astronauts? And that was just one of the conversations we had in the pre-show for Play Retro last week. Oh, so here we go. Okay, so that's how many turns is that? I think that's 2, right? Oh, look at this. Okay, so we just got to prepare to qualify. Oh, did we make it? Look at that. We made it. We got 6th place. We got to be in the top 8. This is the first game that one of the first games that this is one of the first games, race games that had a qualifying, so that you would just start at the end if you were playing a race game, right? Because obviously the AI is not as good as humans. This one actually, you had to qualify, and then that would determine your starting position in the game itself. I suppose watch out for the water. Oh boy. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, I'm making some mighty fine progress right here. All right. Now, oh boy. I almost took him out. All right. See if I can get in this straightaway again. I think there's only, is it the top 3 or is it only the top 1? Oh, there's some water. Oh, passion ball. Okay, I didn't make it. But I did get first. Look at there. I got the high score. I think we need a little celebration music there. Might hit the organ, baby. Let's do it. Boom shakalaka. Top speed 207 miles per hour. Vroom, and my F1 goes zoom, zoom, zoom. Fastest lap 62.99. Yeah, look at that. Look out, here it comes. It's pole position 2. Got that 7-Eleven going on. Obviously racing in the desert. Text that made a request for our watch hours on YouTube. So let's take a look at that real quick. And I'm going to also share with you guys where I got this steering wheel. And if you're interested in any of that kind of information. So we'll look at that real quick while we look at our YouTube stats. Let's see. We've been doing pretty good. We were able to get our YouTube monetization. So we're on that. Very excited about that. We got to set up our our tiers, our sub tiers, and I've noticed a significant increase in views for the videos. So that's really a good thing, right? So apparently getting monetized has encouraged YouTube to also send more feeds my way. So thank you for that, YouTube. But we do have some housekeeping to do here over the next couple of weeks. But we are looking, as Tex got us pushed over the line there, got out and pushed because we were not on the watch hours. That was the one thing we were lacking. We had enough subs, we had everything else. The thing we were lacking was on the watch hours. So let's take a look here. To get to the next level, we need to get to 4,000 watch hours. Right now we're at 3,500. So if you get a chance to go over to YouTube, got tons of retro videos. Go over there and watch some of them. Every minute counts towards getting a little closer. Get a little closer to the next level on our subs. That's right, Tex. I have 1,620 subs on YouTube, so not bad. Yeah, right. We're already up to 35. Just got another 500 to go. We could do it. I believe in us. Oh, thank you so much, Loud Thumbs. Have a good one. Freakaligate is here. But Loud Thumbs, good been talking to you in the Discord server. Have fun. Tin Lobster says, I miss the Domino's Noid. Agreed. Which is odd, right? Because we were always told to avoid the Noid. And now that he's been gone for so long, kind of miss him. Right? I miss him. I miss the Noid. But there's arcade games. Home games. There's home games for the Noid. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now, let's talk about this real quick. Where are we at with our ads and stuff on Twitch? Ad starts at 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So now would be a good time. So we'll go ahead and start the ad. And I'll give you a wrap up at the end of this ad. If you're subscribed, you'll continue to watch. If not, then there's a few minutes ad if you're on Twitch. I'll be right back. Ad starts in now. And I'm going to head over to Thundersticks or thunderstickstudio.com is where it's set. All right, let's get this pulled up on the screen here. Oh boy, let me see. Where's it at here? Try to get all my stuff. Look at this, by the way. This is my Atari Atari Fight Stick. Ugh, gross. Coffee looks gross when looking at it down like in that angle after I've been drinking it. Put that out of the way. This is my Atari Fight Stick, or one of them. I have one with the trackball as well. But this is really fun for, you know, nice fight night. Fight night. But inside is a bunch of cool controller crap, including a Raspberry Pi. And typically that's how I use that's typically how I use my spinner. I attach it to here for some other games. And like I said, I have another one and it's larger, but it has a trackball in the middle. Texted my friend Joe Rosie needs only 13 subs to fully monetize on YouTube. Do it. Do it. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? All right, yeah, I know, right? And so this one fits up here, so that's the reason why I'm using that. All right. Let's take a look at our Windows capture here, and let's get this pulled up. Oh, Slintus is here. Just resub, Slintus. What is going on, my friend? Welcome in. I hope you're having a good one. How are you doing? How is your Wednesday? How's the hump day going? We were just going to talk about ThunderstickStudio.com. I think it says a studio. Yes, it's Thunderstick Studio, or if you look at T-Sticks, you'll find it. And specifically, we're looking for arcade controls, and we're looking for spinners. Now, I believe this GRS arcade spinner for Arcade 1-Up is actually the one I have. Now, you don't have to have it for the Arcade 1-Up. It actually does work just with many other units, but you do have to have an in-between, right? So it's compatible with Windows, Linux, and OS, Mac OS is what I'm assuming, via this 12-in-1 interface board. So you buy this little interface board, which I did. But 10 Lobster gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much, 10 Lobster. Look at you. Thank you being a hero. Being a hero here on a Wednesday. Being all the lobsters. Doing all the lobster things. I saw a blue lobster the other day, like not in real life, but on like I was just thumbing through some crap, and I saw a blue lobster. What is that all about? I was like, is that how they look before you cook them? But thank you so much to 10 Lobsters, and we'd like to tell those gift receivers, enjoy your ad-free viewing for the month. As a matter of fact, let's get into this for just a second.
I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out with me and smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2.
Yeah, come on. And congratulations to Web Runner 2271, Outrun 83. How appropriate. Formal with a 4. Azix, what are you doing, Azix? I haven't seen Azix in a while. And Two Cats Yelling. All of you will enjoy your ad-free viewing, and you can thank your good friend and community buddy, 10 Lobster, a favorite of mine. Grass of those new subbies. Thank you, 10 Lobster. Giving out that love, baby. Giving out that love. All right, so yeah, so if you want to do what I'm doing here, and it's a lot of fun. If you don't have an Arcade 1-Up, no big deal. You can pick this spinner up. It comes with this really nice heavy duty, let's see, the quick video thing. I get to watch this guy. I've watched him before, but I'm not going to watch him right now. He's all right. Let's see, but you get this nice spinner knob. That thing is heavy duty, man. It's got a lot of weight and heft to it. So if you're playing like Centipede and those kind of games, man, it is awesome. And it comes right off there. It has a little tightening screw you can tighten, and it goes right on this little knob. And the reason why that is there is because, as well, if you get this, you plug it into your 12-in-1, right? That's $20. And then, you got your $40 here. But then you can also, you can play Tempest, of course, the way it was meant to be played. But then you can use what I'm using right here, which is this steering wheel for just a little bit more. You can throw this GRS arcade spinning wheel on here. And if you keep your eyes open, you will occasionally see these things go on sale. But this thing is pretty cool. It is pretty wicked. It is super heavy duty. I mean, and it's got different attachments too. So if you were to attach it to a different spinner, you probably could. I did not. I just press it down like so. See, look at this guy. You just press down like so. See, this is all the stuff you get with it. Your little knob with it. Looks like you ordered the whole set. All right, so he's got the little knobs and everything. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, see, I would love to get like the Partycade stuff. I don't know if you guys seen this or not. This is like a 3D printed boxes and stuff, and you get like all these killer joysticks and things and track balls and all this other stuff. Look at that. Oh, he's playing a classic Vector racing game there. Let's see what is he playing. See what that thing is called. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Does that look familiar? Looks like a top-down version of... Is that the spiritual successor? Is that the spiritual successor to the pole position? There is one, and we need to look at that. Was that an Avian that just dropped in? I believe it was. Avian, thank you so much. Choo choo. Oh, hi. 100% of the hype range. Thank you so much. I want to build one of these boxes and look at all these little nice little things. But Thundersticks is a great place to go to. See, I don't like it. I didn't like how he put his steering wheel on top of this here. That's unnatural. But he does like, is this a joystick here? Unsure. I really need, what I really like to see is like I need like a shifter. I'd like to get a shifter. Now I've got shifters and stuff on modern systems, but I want something that's like just low high. I'd like to get some crappy pedals, like arcade style, you know, ones that honk whenever you step on them, they just kind of go honk. There's they just go straight to the floor. You know what I'm talking about? Nice crappy pedals, like not like the nice ones that you get with not like the nice ones you get with you know modern sticks and stuff like the Logitechs and stuff. But so this is the little unit right here. So yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. So this is the back of the unit. Like I said, you just plug it right in here on the little module. Where you're not using that, you can use this big giant thing here. We actually could drive the car with this, I suppose, if we wanted to. It wouldn't, but also on the back side, I don't know if you can see it. It's probably flashing a little bit, but you may see the little flashing back there. So there's a little LED. I think you can actually change the color of that too. A little flashing light on the back side. It shows you it's actually registering. But I guess we could steer with that thing. Who would want to though? But man, this thing is heft. Wait a second. Can you guys hear that? Watch this thing fall. Let's see if you can tell the weight of it. Now, let me see if I can, without causing too much trouble. All right, let's just see here. I mean, I think it's heavy. That thing is heavy. Speaking of heavy, here's something that I purchased for myself because I love myself. This is not an advertisement. It's just something I bought myself. It's called a Fantic, because I'm always looking for like a little screwdriver, like a little powered screwdriver. And this one rated really well, right? And so I was like, okay, let me see. It's just pretty fancy. It's nice and little. Has everything, has all its little bits and stuff in it. This has really come in handy this week with this especially. So like occasionally I'll have to tighten this back up. I got the bit that I use for that. I can get back to playing instead of looking. All right. Got screws on both sides of it. Okay. Now that's good and tight. It's good and tight. All right. That's what he said. All right. But it's rechargeable, right? It's got a little USB-C on the top there. It's pretty cool. I was not convinced, but I saw some good reviews on it. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll try that. I'll give it a try. But once again, thank you so much to 10 Lobster for giving out those 5 community subs. And then Avian followed up with some more love. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Slim kicked us off earlier as well. Thank you for all those subs. It goes a long way to helping us get more junk like this. More retro junk we can try out without having to sell our souls for reviews. Boo! Woo! All right. Let's see if I got our adjustments right. Draw some coins. I'm going to try a track I've never tried. Whenever I played this at the arcade, I didn't mess around. I'm like, this game is not super cheap. I got to drop some coins in there. It doesn't last that long. I better play either the Fuji, which is from the first one, which I was familiar with, or the test track, which is pretty easy. But then you got this. Is that a crab on the seaside? What shape is this? I don't know what shape it is, but we're about to find out when we hit our gas pedal right here. Let's prepare to qualify.
Prepare to qualify.
No, you prepare to qualify. Uh-oh. All right, there we go. All right. Might turn it down a little bit more. Oh, I gotta shift gears. There we go. Uh-oh. Watch out, Tang. Whoa. This, barely could even see that dentine. That's how fast we were going. Man. Woo. Boy, this is, whoa, look at that. But I'm telling you, if you played this game and you played it using the controller, like you played your ROM here and you played it with the, man, I'm telling you, this is all the difference in the world. This is how I remember it feeling at the arcade. Of course, that wheel is bigger, but it was pretty much this same concept of, you know, spinning the wheel a lot. Captain Kipper, what is up? How's it going? Avian says, I've been between yesterday and today, spent 30 minutes trying to find my blue-gray paint. It was sitting right in front of me. Man, I know that feeling. Yes, Suzuka is the best, says Salentus. Really? Okay. we're gonna try Suzuka then. Suzuka is best. So in the original, when you only had Fuji, that was the only track they had. And then for 2, they added Test, Suzuka, and Seaside. Now, I actually think these tracks had different names as well. I think there's some trouble with them getting in trouble with names as well. They were still trying to fill it out, right? Because this is one of the first games that was essentially trying to bring the real world into arcade games, right? Because lots of the other things were, you know, space, fantasy, that kind of stuff. And this was more realistic, trying to get you in the mindset of racing in what happened? Like racing in real locations and seeing real advertisements, bringing a little bit of reality. Oh yeah, this Suzuka boy, oh my gosh, what a, oh, plus it's got that over ramp too. Oh, look at that, I made it between them, but then I hit the Tang. What sound did my car make? It made a Tang sound. Now I got orange powder all over my F1 driving suit. Not good. It's not good. Oh, maybe I should get out of low. I should get out of low gear. Some low gear. Oh, there's that Tang again, 7-Eleven. I don't know what that was. Oh, 80th position. Top speed 200 miles per hour. Fastest lap 78.90. Sluntus, you're right. That is an amazing track. Back and forth, back and forth. Maybe it says back in our day, our cars explode when we crash. Just like in Free Jack. Oh, there you go. Maybe you just said it. Brian's going to do a Free Jack. Exactly right. You guys remember that movie, Free Jack? That F1 racer, like the back, or what, like his front wheel hit the back wheel of another car, and he went flying up, like in Suzuka just now, where he just kind of went boom right into the over thing. Captain Kipper confirms you're no Daryl. If you're not familiar with Daryl, what's Daryl stand for? It's an acronym. And he's a robot, right? And in the movie, he plays pole position. They're in a sister's room. Yeah, Mick Jagger was the villain in that game, Free Jack, by the way. It was in a sister's room, and oh, yeah, I gotta turn this down a little bit. That's probably killing your guys' ears. They were in a sister's room, and they were all playing pole position, and so Daryl, the computer, he's a computer, right? It's been so long since I've seen that. He killed it. And I was actually down with it because like, oh my gosh, this is the real, someone's really playing this. This is not a demo. They're not running some kind of demo. Somebody played pole position, and they kind of stitched some of it together in the scene. But near the end, the whole game starts going fast. So instead of, I found that to be the most disappointing part of that whole scene. Was the fact that the game itself started speeding up. Now, if he was speeding through, cutting through, but I guess you couldn't represent that. But yeah, it was the most unrealistic part of that. Yeah, on an Atari 800 XL, correct. It was definitely an 8-bit style computer. It had the cart slot at the top, had a keyboard. So I'm assuming it was a 4 800 or something like that. I didn't get a real good look at it, but I don't remember what the 800. But 800 would play the because it looked like the Atari 5200 version, right? So is that right? 5200? Yeah, I think the 5200 version, which I'm assuming was compatible with the 800 or 400 XL, right? Yeah, it was unrealistically fast. The scene was kind of wild. I didn't think we'd get in trouble. I would show it right here because it's a really wild scene. As you can tell, here's the different tracks. Though we got some different biomes this time. We've got I don't know why we're in the desert. There it is. There's the desert. Was this supposed to be a desert track? I mean, I understand that it's located in desert track, but was it modeled? What are the 4 tracks modeled after? I know that the first one is Fuji. It is based on a real track, right? I'm not sure about the rest of them. Captain Kipper said 5200 is the 800 with incompatibility for free. Oh yeah, with incompatibility for compatibility for free. I like incompatibility for free. Oh, I love it. I love it. Hilarious. Love it. All right. Hey, do we have a good time or what? I think we did. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been kind of losing my voice tonight. I was hoping I could stream a little bit longer, but I'll be honest with you, my throat's hurting pretty good. So I'm going to try to save it a little bit. So hopefully Friday I can still do the Play Retro show. So I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. Especially want to thank you guys who are helping support the channel. Avian, thank you for that sub. Thank you, 10 Lobster, for giving out those 5 community subs. Congratulations on those watching who hopefully will get a chance to have the ad-free viewing, which is great. Salentis is here. Thank you so much for your subscribe earlier as well. I want to give a shout out to Atari 2600 Nerd who gave us a follow yesterday just because I like Atari 2600 Nerd. I like that. We're having a lot of Atari action this week. I'm probably going to play offline a little bit. I'm going to play a little bit of the Atari 2600 version just to remind myself of how crappy that is. Remember the billboards had like nothing on them, including the 800. It's all that. There's nothing on it. Just like flat blocks, right? But I just want to remind myself how crappy that was. And I don't think any of the ports, save a few, had the prepare to qualify, which is one of my most favorite intros to any game ever. Is like prepare to qualify. I love it. And it's also funny because I think I saw it in a television version, and I think they actually changed the blimp. So in all of these the blimp that tells you to prepare to qualify flying by is always says Atari on it. I think in almost every instance except for the Intellivision, and I think it says Intellivision on the blimp, which is hilarious because they're competitors and Atari was distributed it, and so I'm sure they probably made the Atari. I'm sure Atari probably also made the game for the Intellivision. Had to, right? Captain Kipper, I watched footage of the Vectrex version. It is badass. I mean, it is badass. I don't think I have a setup for emulating Vectrex. Maybe I'll give it a try. But I did watch some video, and those cars are so beefy. And what was it called when there's like this laser fade kind of look, almost like it makes it look like it's glowing. But it really looks good, and it looks really responsive. So yeah, I definitely think the Vectrex was looked amazing. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I would love to play it though. Oh, what? Avian found an Appleseed VHS. I love Appleseed in the closet and no player. So if you have a PO box, absolutely, dude. I love Appleseed. That would be amazing. Absolutely. Hit me up, Avian, on Discord. I'll send you my PO box number. Absolutely. I would love to do that. They need to have a watch party. If you've never seen Appleseed, what you doing with your life? You need to straighten up. Captain Kipper says, yes, I am still definitely into watching VHS in old animes. But Captain Kipper also said the 5200 used the same hardware as the 400, 800, but not compatible. I got you. Yeah, I got you. True story. The Phosphor Persistence. That's great, Captain Kipper. That's a great one. I think that's probably what it's called. And if it's not, it should be. All right. I'm going to go save my voice. Save the voice so that we'll have some for Friday. Let's see if any of our friends are out there right now. Where are all my friends at lately? Of course, it's Wednesday night. It always seems like I say this every Wednesday night. It's like, I can't find nobody. Where's everybody? But I think maybe I'm the only person that I hang out with that streams on Wednesday nights. Wow, I'm not seeing any of the usual suspects. Wow. Start branching out, finding more people. Jeez, I wish I could rate it on YouTube. Why can't I do that? All right. Fine. Let me do one more thing. Still don't see anything. All right, that's fine. It's sometimes you don't have to raid. It's okay. Sometimes you don't have to raid. Sometimes you can just go. Thank you for all thank you for all the fun. I've had a blast. I hope you have too. And just remember to stay hydrated. Take care of your voice and your retro fingers. Be careful of those thumbs out there, okay? Okay. All right, guys. You'll have a good one. I'll see you, I guess, Friday. Probably